Hey ladies, it's Suzanne. Take two. I just started to start this video, but here we're going at it again. So a lot of you have been reaching out to me, asking me about my own emotional eating and what I did to overcome and drop hundreds of pounds. So I want to share with you my easy three-step process that can help you, be able to unravel your subconscious program of emotional eating and be able to build a new program more that aligned with a healthy relationship with food. Now, how long is it going to take you is going to be unique to you. You need to be willing and persistent in terms of how you address all of what I'm about to share with you. The first thing I want you to do is I'll invite you to go get a piece of paper and pen, and I want you to draw on it 3 different columns. And in the first column is going to be all your food cravings. Your second column is going to be all about how your body feels before, during, and after an eating binge. And the third column is going to be all of the energy triggers that you have in your life right now. So let's go back to the first column. So the first column is all your food cravings. So you have to get specific because we know that the key to tapping and making tapping work is to get specific. So in this first column of cravings, I invite you to write down, what is it that you crave the most? Is it sweet? Is it salty? And how does it taste in your mouth? Is it creamy? Is it chewy? Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it salty? Is it tart? Write down, I like Reese's peanut butter cups. I like pepperoni pizza. I like, potato chips, whatever it might be. Write down all the specific foods and write down the specific brand names of what you go eat. And then also identify where you buy them. It's always at this grocery store. It's always at this convenience store. It's always in this, food dispenser, whatever. It's always at this one place. And then what time of day. So that first column of your cravings, it's all, what are the cravings? Where do you buy them? When do you buy them? All the specific details goes in that first column. And that really is the beginning of your tapping material. In the second column, I want you to identify how you experience the sensations in your body. And that's broken up into both how you physically feel and how you emotionally feel. So how do you physically and emotionally feel before you're looking, before you have this food, emotional food eating episode? What are you doing? Are you running around being antsy? Has something triggered you? Are you feeling anxious in your body? Are you feeling lethargic and bored? How are you feeling physically and emotionally before the eating binge? And then also identify how you're feeling during the binge. Are you just gorging yourself and you can't stop and you want more and more and more? How are you experiencing the emotions? Are you completely dissociated from your emotions and you are just in that mode of just, getting what it is in food-wise? Are you shoveling the food in? What are you doing in your experience in your body while you're eating? And then after, how do you feel afterward in your body? Do you feel full, lethargic? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel upset with yourself? All of that is your second column of what I call body sensations, both physically and emotionally, before, during, and after. And then in the last column, this is all your triggers. This is what's going on with you right now. Like, where are you stressed out the most right now? Haven't sold my house yet. Have to make that doctor appointment. Didn't call that person back. Don't know what to tell them. Don't know if I should quit my job. Whatever the stressors are, list them out and like the top 5 things that are stressing you out right now. Right there is your entire emotional eating map. This is going to help you be able to get right to the root of what is triggering you to go and open up the refrigerator, call the takeout guy, stop by the grocery store and pick up your donuts or food or whatever it is that you use as your trigger food. So once you have all this laid out for you in a map, then you can use it as your tapping material, because we know that the secret to making tapping work is to get specific. So all this information that you've been writing down are the details that you're going to use to unlock your own subconscious program of your emotional eating. That way you can really literally reprogram it to have more of a healthy relationship with food. In the beginning, when I started tapping and I was 450 pounds, I didn't know what I was doing. I just was tapping on my what did I used to eat? I'm to think about it. I used to eat like vanilla cake. I loved, vanilla cake and vanilla frosting and, vanilla cupcakes and chocolate chip cookies. And I would literally tap on all of that stuff. Ice cream. I used to be an ice cream. I can't believe I forgot that. I used to be like an ice cream holic. I used to eat ice cream every day. And I would just tap on, I go here, I'm buying ice cream again. I'm buying ice cream again. I'm eating the ice cream. Oh my gosh, I'm having the ice cream again. More ice cream. More. Okay, I can't have enough. I need more of it. I need more of it. So I was tapping on that for probably a few months before I would realize that, oh gosh, I didn't have ice cream today. I didn't stop at the grocery store and get ice cream today. This is really odd. Like, why didn't I do that? I usually do that. Or I would come home from the grocery store and it'd say, I didn't get any more. Like, usually I need to have like a bunch, and I would come back and I would be kind of empty-handed. So I started to see shifts in those small ways of just noticing that I was not eating as much of it, or I wasn't as diligent about making sure I had the stock in my freezer of what it is that I wanted to have for ice cream. And then after a few more months, I was making more healthier food choices. I just naturally was picking up like a bag of apples, or I thought, oh, I'll try and make some carrots today. And I was like, who is this person? Like, I wasn't eating healthy food. It wasn't like I was not really like a junk food junkie in terms of like fast food. That wasn't my thing. It was more like the cookies and the cakes from the grocery store, along with, what I thought was healthy eating. And it really was. I was pretty healthy in terms of my meal diets. It was just all of that other sugar in between. So how to really attack emotional eating as a subconscious program and rewrite the program to be more healthy for you. Well, first we have to go to what we're aware of the most, which is what our cravings look like, what the foods are, how they taste to us, when we buy them, where we buy them, when we eat them, how we are when we eat them, in terms of, how we feel in our body before, during, and after, emotionally and physically. And then also, what are the triggers in your life right now? What are the most stressful things that are not resolved going on right now? Because those things are what are supporting you to be rising up on your stress for the part of you that is going to, kick that program off of go and give me something satisfying. And so know that if you are somebody who is an emotional eater and you're trying to change your ways and you go back to emotional eating, it's not sabotage. There's no such thing as sabotage. You're just executing your programs. So your emotional eating is just a subconscious program in your mind and your body. And your subconscious is literally dictating 95% of your day. And so when you experience life and life is triggering you, well, you're going to go kick off your programs in order to help yourself feel better. And if emotional eating is the one way that you've conditioned yourself to feel better, you're going to go execute that program. That's not sabotage. That's just you living your life based on your programming. And tapping is this amazing tool that helps us to reprogram our stress. We literally can go in to the root of our subconscious conditioning, clear it out, clear all the references out, and then install the program that we want. So once you get through tapping on your cravings and the body sensations and the physical sensations, the emotional sensations before, during, and after an eating binge, and then also tapping to neutralize all the triggers that you have going on in your life, you can then start to build and design a new program, one that is more healthy around food. Making better food choices, for yourself that are actually aligned with your self-honor. Because I'll tell you, when you are in compromised situations and betraying yourself and it is overwhelming, you're going to find a way to cope, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, escapism of some kind, unless you have got the clarity and confidence to stand up with you, in your authenticity and be a expression of who you truly are to yourself and to the world. We're all learning how to get there, and it's a very vulnerable place to be. It's not easy to learn, but we're all on the journey of learning it. And how we start is we uncover the programs that have kept us locked in stress and struggle and coping patterns and survival strategies that are limiting us. So if you have emotional eating as a subconscious program that is giving you a result that you don't like, that you want to quit, well, then follow this formula. Get a piece of paper, 3 columns. First column, what are your cravings? Specific foods, when you eat them, where you eat them, how they taste to you. Once you have it all documented, you start tapping on that. Tap on every single sentence. Just read it out loud to yourself and you tap on it until these things no longer have an emotional intensity behind them. Until you're bored with it. Second column, all your body sensations, emotionally and physically, before, during, and after an eating binge. And then your last column, triggers. What are the biggest things stressing you out right now in your life? What's going on? Tap on all of those storylines and begin to neutralize that energy, to calm down your mind, body, and give yourself an opportunity to feel into the impulses and urges of how to resolve those stresses. That way they're no longer stressful to you. And then you can go and design, a new program around a healthy relationship with food, a healthy eating pattern, one that's going to make your body feel energized and full of vitality and life, and be able to make you feel empowered. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. I look forward to reading your comments and questions below. I know we didn't have a lot of people on this second video. I tried to do one earlier, but then Facebook crashed me. So thankfully this one hung on there. So if you watch this in the replay, I look forward to your comments and questions. And always reach out to me if you're interested to pop 30 minutes on my calendar, and I'll help get you started with this. But this is a really simple layout to help you going to be able to reprogram, and rewrite your emotional eating program from one that is causing you stress and struggle to one that's helping you, reclaim your energy and your power and have a better relationship with your body and with food and with your life. So thanks so much for listening to me, and I will see you on the next video.